Chair recognizes Mr. Sessions from Texas.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Administrator, thank you for taking time to be here. I felt like that in listening to your earlier that your questions, the answers, and the things that you responded with not only showed that you have the capacity to understand the task in front of you, but that you've effectively dealt with it. If I could just provide two pieces of information, I'm not even looking for a response, but two pieces of information. We did a subcommittee hearing out in Hawaii, and we had an opportunity, the subcommittee which I chair, federal workforce and government operations in federal workforce. And it was very important for us to go, and we learned that it was the most expensive disaster in the country's history, some $3 billion. I was surprised to hear that it was the most expensive, but that's the testimony. I would draw to your attention that much of the delay that has caused much of the money that has been spent, I think could be negotiated better with the governor of the state. The FEMA representatives who were there did a great job, and I enjoy them. But they felt like that the delays in their ability to make progress to get people back onto their own home site, back in their own homes, has been delayed because the governor will not issue the necessary paperwork for them to move forward. And so they have moved them off a little bit, maybe a mile to the west, and they're building a huge new subdivision of mobile homes, essentially, that are going to cost $1 million each. And I think that many of those could have been placed maybe 4 or 5 months earlier with the assistance of the governor. I would encourage you to please engage the governor. Secondly, in 2010, there was a blast that happened at West Texas, a great big explosion, and part of that explosion destroyed many of the schools. I think the elementary school, the junior high, and the high school. We are still now 14 years off that, and there is a disagreement about the aggregated money that was spent, and FEMA still believes that West Texas, West Independent School District, still owes back a great deal of money. And my staff got it deeply engaged. About a 5-hour Zoom call occurred, and at that, I think that there could have been more transparency on behalf of the federal government, because there were dollars that were lumped into aggregate areas that we could not tell what was in there, and I don't think it was a perfect match. It was apples on one side and oranges on another, and the city of West, including the school district, put things that they paid for instance, some athletic fields and some other things which were not broken out and which may have been an assumption that somebody else was paying for things. My point is saying this, you haven't personally looked at this, and I have not either, but I'm going to. And I'd like to, when I contact your regional coordinator there, I'd like to advise him that I told you that I think more transparency will be necessary so that we can effectively put this to bed. And I would like to ask that you somehow give some signal or notice. Let's get transparency. Let's resolve this. 14 years is too long. We do appreciate FEMA. We do appreciate the work they've done, and I'm proud of your work as the administrator. Mr. Chairman, I yield back my time.